Okay, today we're going to make a center step card. I don't have a sample made, but I have this template that's going to look something like this, the form of it. Okay, when we start, we're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And you're going to cut it in half at 5.5. And then we're going to start marking. Okay, the first thing you do is you're going to, I'm using my score board here because it's easy because it has the measurements on both the left and the top. Okay, so at 1 inch down and then 1.25 inches over, you're going to make a little tick mark and make it light so you can erase it later. And then you go down to 2 inches and you do the same thing. You make a tick mark at 1.25 at 2 inches. Then you go down to 5.25 and then you make the mark at 1.25 inches. Now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So at 1 inch down, you're going to make a mark at 4.25, and then you go to 2 inches down and make a mark at 4.25, and then go to 5.25 inches down and make a mark at 4.25. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut. So if you bring your trimmer over, and I'm going to cut it where the lines, where the dots are, the marks that I made, from the top to the bottom one. Just those, cut right to the dots, like connect the dots with your cutter. It's okay if you go over a little, that'll be fine. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So it's going to look like this now, where you can put your hand through. Okay, now we'll bring back our scoreboard, and we're going to turn it over. Keep the side where the dots are so you can see, but you're going to turn it over to the long 8.5 side. So now we're going to score some more. What you're going to do is from the dot, from the top of the paper to your dot, you're going to score to the dot, the first dot. And then you're going to do the same thing with the second dot and the third dot, just to the score line. And then turn it around and do the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to just move it right over there. It's not exactly on the dot, but that's okay. Okay. Now you're going to go to 4.25 and you're going to score it in the middle. You're not going to score just from the two cut lines. So find your groove at 4.25 and then score it. Okay. Okay, so now we have these score lines, and what we're going to do is fold where your 4.25 one in the middle is. Fold that over. It should be even with the bottom. Use your bone folder to burnish it down. And then on the sides, you're going to fold them accordion style. Like that. And your card should stand up like that. So it should look like this. and be able to stand up by itself. So I'm going to bring in one that I did earlier because I stamped it on the inside. You might want to stamp a sentiment beforehand, but this one I'm going to stamp just to show you. I just folded it over so that the message will be on the inside. I'm going to take my Misty, and I had it lined up. And then I'm going to ink it up. And there it's stamped. I'm going to ink it up again so I get a cleaner image. Okay. So you can fold yours before you start the cutting. You can always fold it and do your sentiment before that, or you can fold it over like I did. Okay, so here's one. This is the one that I made that was from flimsier cardstock. I made one earlier from this heavier cardstock. It's better to make it from the heavier cardstock so that it stands up properly. Okay, now I am going to decorate my card. So I cut a couple of strips to go on either side. And the strips, let me see how much, I think they are, let's see, it's 1 inch by 3 inches for the 2 strips on the side. And then this bottom strip is 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to put some tape runner on here. And it should go between the long strip, because the little corner one here isn't going to show when you fold it. Okay, put some on here. Okay. Well, mine doesn't look perfect. Apparently I didn't measure it right, but hopefully you'll measure it right. Okay. Then I'm going to put the strip down on the bottom. And then I have this, if you watched my other video where I did card candy, I have this little frame that I did with this little guy surfing with a little, and then I just added some glitter to that sun, and that's going to go in the front of my card. And so there's my card. And on the inside it says, "You are awesome." And that's my center step card. I hope you all have fun. Thanks for watching.